Kano State?
APC. APC.
We are so delighted to be here with you because you are all our friends. We've been with you for many years, and we thank you for voicing out our views to Nigerians. And our constituents are very, very happy with you. So keep the good work you are doing. Today, we agreed with all our members, the senators, APC members, the senators, Senator Barrow Jibril and myself, then the chief whip, and all the members that are with us, APC from the House of Rep members. Some are out of the country, some are here. Some have gone for oversight. But the few we have here are representing the large number of members of the House of Representatives who we are well pleased with, and we are proud of them. And you could see how Kano is booming. I'm sure most of you have seen the last rally we had in the stadium. The place was junk full with many people, Nigerians supporting, or Kano people supporting the government of Governor Ganduje and President Muhammadu Buhari. I'm sure it was aired live, and we're all pleased, we're all there. And we're so happy, so I came back with a good spirit. I wanted to address you gentlemen of the press. So if I may read my address on behalf of all the members here is that the Kano APC will give you a copy of our press release. I'm sure you find it worthy and interesting. So Kano APC National Caucus passed vote of confidence on our dear Governor, Abdullai Ganduje. We members of the National Assembly from Kano State have viewed with satisfaction the exemplary leadership and performance of His Excellency the Governor of Kano State, Abdullai Ganduje, in office since he assumed office, who assumed the mantle of leadership for the last almost 4 years. Dr. Ganduje, who came into office when a lot of factors seemed terribly against the tide of permeance for any state chief executive, especially the factor of economic downturn, typified by the huge slide in the size of federal allocation accruable to the states, shocked many with outstanding achievements in the various sectors, wide ranging from infrastructural development to human capital development. Kano State has witnessed a large number of roads in the country, in the states, especially the flyovers in Kano State. There is no other state in Nigeria that has this kind of unprecedented projects. The governor, who hit the ground running immediately when he was sworn in, to prove the bookmakers wrong with the speed with which he initiated and completed projects in the state. He also continued and completed so many high-profile projects initiated by his predecessor, Rabi Kwankwaso and Mali Ibrahim Shekarau, respectively. And we are there when the president commissioned 2 hospitals, ultra-modern hospitals, were one of the best in the country, where Ganduje made it at 30%, and he completed those hospitals and also equipped them. President Buhari was there. One of the hospitals were named Buhari Hospitals. He had the opinion of either, has tried to finish a lot of projects initiated by his predecessor, but he chose a noble path of statesman by retaining and completing them. Indeed, Kano State is currently a massive construction site. We therefore make bold to say that the leadership of His Excellency Ganduje has brought unprecedented socio-economic development to Kano State such as never experienced. The footprints boldly and clearly evident in roads, education, health, rural development, and human capital development. Little wonder the unprecedented crowd that attended the recent Kano, which I've just explained to you, mega rally, where thousands of the campees were welcomed to APC by the performing governor. The magnitude of the crowd was a fitting testimony of the sterling performance of His Excellency Abdullai Ganduje in office and the support of all the members of the National Assembly and State Assembly. The unmistakable glaring signal is that the people of Kano State have spoken, and spoken well, with one voice in the support of Ganduje's good work by coming out in mass to identify with him. Unfortunately, this outstanding performance of the governor has not gone down well with the oppositions, who are busy trying every trick in the books to discredit and tarnish the image of His Excellency, who has high rating in performance. Apparently to slow him down and also distort electoral projections for the relation of Ganduje and President Muhammadu Buhari, having seen Kano as a fertile ground for electoral success of President Muhammadu Buhari. I remember that we promised that we would deliver more than what we delivered before, because we have benefited so much from President Muhammadu Buhari's performance in Kano State on roads and other projects. The most unfortunate aspect is that 30 roads, 30 moles within the corridor of power, who are more interested in their own personal ambition rather than the collective success of our dear President Muhammadu Buhari, have keyed into this devilish scheme, not only to undermine His Excellency Ganduje, but also throw spanners into the electoral fortunes of Mr. President so far in Kano State. These were strongly against it and working in the interest of better electoral performance by our people to Mr. President. The most are empty vessels and bad belly politicians who play little no role in the election of Mr. President in Kano State before Mr. President, through his magnanimity, brought them to aboard, but are now capitalizing on that privilege by trying to harm the interests of the President and the APC government in Kano State. There are people that had no interest and in the art of promoting of selfish agenda over and above the collective interests of APC and Mr. President through stealth of deceit and treachery. We call on our dear President to be wary of those persons. Those most must desist from their treacherous actions forthwith. They should be wise to understand that any evil scheme designed by opposition and supported by some of them, if allowed to factor, will not only affect His Excellency Ganduje, but Mr. President in the forthcoming election, which we work hard and we're sure that is taken over by events, because you have seen their action with the people during our last mega rally in Kano State. Finally, as major stakeholders in Kano State, we hereby state unequivocally that His Excellency Ganduje Umar, or Abdullai Umar Ganduje, has performed credibly well in the saddle of captainship of the state and has therefore earned our unalloyed support and vote of confidence by all of us and other members who are not even here with us. We hereby enjoin him not to be distracted by the agents of darkness, but to keep up the good work he is doing in Kano State. No amount of blackmail and sabotage and subterfuge can obliterate the excellent work that His Excellency is doing and has done and is still doing in Kano State. All hands must therefore be on deck to support Governor Ganduje to win his re-election in 2019 in order to continue the good work in the state of Kano. Finally, my distinguished friends and gentlemen, we call on the opposition, their selfish collaborators in our government, to desist from toeing the devilish path of character assassination and outright falsehood and embrace issue-based campaigns as we approach the 2019 general election. Long live Nigeria, long live Kano State, and long live APC will win election come 2019 by God's grace. Thank you very much. And take Nigeria to the next level. Thank you very much.
Look at us smiling. I'm sure you believe in the next level.
Allow some of my colleagues to answer this.
The opposition is not a challenge to us because we do not have any opposition in Kano. Kano is 100% APC. What we are saying is that if anybody wants to challenge us, it should be issue-based. And we also decided that, look, let's come to the wall. And before we did that, before we came forward to even think of doing so, we registered a statement. We demonstrated what's in the minds of the people of Kano by organizing a rally where you saw there has never been a rally like that in the whole of this country. There has never been a rally like that in this country. That's why we did that before addressing this press. And we want again to reinforce what you saw on Saturday here by passing vote of confidence on Mr. President and our dear governor. And we want to assure you, we are going to surpass that 5 million votes we promised Buhari. He's going to have, by grace of God, he's going to have more than 5 million votes. And let me state again, we do not have any opposition in Kano because Kano is 100% APC.
What in addition, oh sorry, let's take your question.
My name is Wada, I write for Business Day. My question is straight. How would you react, or how would the Caucus react to the video currently trending on social media of the governor collecting bribe over 5 million?
You know, this matter is in court with no one to discuss it here.
Sub judice.
So the issue is that what we are trying to talk is the issue of this we said opposition. That
Let him finish with
just wait.
My dear colleague.
On the issue of the opposition, we are just saying opposition in Kano, but people are scared that we are delivering 5 million votes. 5 million votes will take about 5 states. So that is the opposition. And that's the fear of others. We assure you that whatever it is, President Kano is his own constituency, and people in Kano State loved him. You saw how whenever he goes, how he's been welcomed. So we are just airing the views of our constituents, and we'll try to make sure we protect those votes. We don't want any opposition, any from anywhere, any source, or not from Kano, even from any other states. We assure you that we are going to work hard and protect those votes.
Let me add, please. Our governor was defamed, and he has gone to court to seek redress. So this matter is sub judice, and by the end of the day, he shall be well vindicated. That's for sure. We are sure of this, inshallah.
And if I may add to the issue of opposition, I think the person that asked the question said, our problem, the challenge we had, or we have, oh, I want to put you right, that the challenge we had then, I want to put you right, that the challenge we had was the Shekaraus, the Lados, and the strong people in the then PDP. What is in the present day PDP is only the Concosia, which is an empty shell. Nobody has any fear against any Concosia. So we don't have any opposition. The APC, like he said, is 100% on ground, and we shall deliver our commitment like we have earlier mentioned. I would like, on behalf of the members of the House of Representatives, to put it by way of summary, that what we have done this afternoon is like a statement of solidarity by the National Assembly Caucus members from Kano State to identify with our dear Governor, Dr. Abdullai Ganduje. This is our position. We will stand by him, and by extension, this has also registered our support to Mr. President Muhammadu Buhari come 2019 during the general election. With what is going on now, the speculations, the mischief, and the miscreants that are going around with a lot of stories on the street, that we members of the National Assembly that represent our dear people, the over 5 million voters that will vote in 2019 when the election comes, that we stand by our governor, Dr. Abdullai Ganduje, and the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as the APC flag bearers for presidential and governorship elections, respectively. And this has also reiterated the position of the larger majority of our people in Kano State, and we are also reiterating to the world that the commitment made by our people, especially the governor, that the Kano State APC, and by extension the Kano people who have made a pledge to deliver 5 million votes for Mr. President come 2019 still stands. And this is our position.
Well, he has said it clear, and I read your speech, and so let me take some questions. Maybe one of our members can...
Clarification. I want to put it to you that of the 24 members we have in the House of Representatives from Kano State, we have on board this victory train, we have 24 minus 10, which makes 14. These 14 members are on ground. We are on board this train, like I said. We are for Buhari. We are for Dr. Abdullai Ganduje. And the issue of 5 million votes that we promised to make, That was a pledge that we made individually and collectively as members of the Ganduje political faction or political group in the APC. We didn't take into cognizance any commitment from any other political component that has now defected out of this party. So our commitments remain the same and we will deliver.
Well, let me add to that. Let me. Huh? Well, thank you very much, Linus. You see, we were 24 from the beginning, and you are talking we are 14. For clarity, in the last 3 years, none of you has ever seen me in any gathering with regard to either Caucus or Ganduje. So I'm sure the journalists should start to ask themselves why. But because I told people I don't have any interest of buying for election, so that people don't feel like it's an act of psychopathy, but I'm for APC, and I remain resolute to go to work for APC, and I remain resolute to work for whoever my party presented as a candidate. So I'm sure my presence here today has cleared that yes, APC is on ground in Kano. And even those who decamped, mark you, in Kano, President Muhammadu Buhari, people are not voting or electing him based on party basis. It is based on the belief they have President Muhammadu Buhari can deliver Nigeria to the next level. Good.